Hi, I'm your U.S. Senator Chuck Grassley, once again with you on my weekly webcast. Weekly, maybe not 52 times a year, but probably 40 to 45 times a year, considering the fact that we're not in session 52 times a year. So I do this regularly when I'm in Washington, D.C. I wanted to bring you up to date on Ask Chuck, a new format for my webcast, in which you can email me questions and I answer those questions. So let's go to the first question. Roger from Cedar Falls emails me. After gas reached $4 a gallon last summer, there was a lot of discussion about Congress forming a comprehensive energy strategy. Where does that stand? Well, we may work on an energy bill out of the Energy Committee before the end of the year. And there may be even some tax provisions that will come out of the Senate Finance Committee that'll have to be joined up with it. But I think the chances of getting what we thought a year ago we could get when gas was $4 a gallon are very slight right now, because there's a majority in Congress that don't want to do what I want to do, and which I think a majority of my party wants to do, and a few Democrats want to do. And that is drill here and drill now. In other words, we feel that we shouldn't be importing any more oil than we have to, as long as we have oil here, and we ought to make sure that of making adequate use of resources we have, both for our national defense, not being dependent on foreign sources, and because there's no sense of paying $72 a barrel for oil when you can get it a lot cheaper here in the United States, and keep the money in the United States rather than giving it to oil sheiks over in the Middle East. But also remember, drill here and drill now is only one part of an energy program. It also includes conservation is very, very important. And secondly, all sorts of alternative energy, and not just ethanol and biodiesel, which obviously I support, but wind energy, which is one of those things that I promoted through a tax credit for wind energy, solar, all of the above as far as that's concerned. So a three-pronged approach to energy: drill here and drill now, conservation, and alternative energy. The next question comes from Facebook. Cindy from Des Moines asks, what is the likelihood that immigration reform will be brought up for debate this year? I think there's very slim chance that it'll be brought up for debate in the sense of comprehensive immigration reform. And the reason for that is we're in recession. And I think it's very tenuous that you could bring up a bill that would potentially legalize people being here illegal, or amnesty, and I'm very much opposed to amnesty. But I think it'd be very, very doubtful that something that controversial could come up when we have a recession and there's high unemployment in this country. But we will continue to do several things in the immigration area, even though it won't be what you call comprehensive immigration reform, and it would not involve amnesty. Continue to build defense, continue to put more people on the border through the Border Patrol expansion that we've had, and to get E-Verify made extended for a period of time. I'd like to make E-Verify mandatory, and very least employers should be able to go back, people they've already hired, and check with the Social Security system, see if they're legally in the country. That's what E-Verify does. It gives employers an opportunity to check their number, their Social Security number, with the Social Security Administration. As always, I give you an update on what's coming up this week in the United States Senate, and for the most part, it's the Interior Appropriation Bill. If we get done with that early, there'll be other appropriation bills, because we're supposed to get appropriation bills done by the end of this fiscal year, which is September the 30th. So there'll be a big hurry on appropriation bills, and hopefully it'll be done in a responsible manner where we don't have 9% increases, because when you have a deflation period like now, it seems like it's irresponsible to have an increase of 9% or even an increase of more than 2 or 3% in appropriation bills. when you're in a period of deflation. So I hope that next week you'll join in my webcast, and in the meantime, continue to email me your questions.